Hello, hi, and welcome to EmpathicFire. I am your reader, Jay. Going to be general messages for Taurus in September 2021. What's going on, Taurus? How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well. Taurus, hope you're safe, hope you're happy, hope you're secure. Take good care of yourselves, guys. Enjoy life. Make good choices, all that good stuff, all right? Anything you want from me, it's already in the description box. Let's go ahead and get into your reading, okay? Taurus, to start out, you've got the Wheel of Fortune, secondary major for Sagittarius, also fixed sign sometimes. So, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Seven of Wands in the center there. And on the end, Ten of Swords. Oh, no. Well, let's see. All right. So, resistance. Coming through real sharp here. You know, you or someone else is kind of like not facing facts here. Possibly being defensive, feeling pushed into a corner, backed into a corner. You feel... Many of you feel this need to be alone in your sorrow, in your disgruntled feelings, in your anger, in your sadness. Some of you want to be alone in happiness, in your joy, and the more positive aspects of life or emotions in life. But I do get this feeling between the Seven of Wands and the Ten of Swords, just like doing things your own way, not that you're not paying attention to other people. You are, you know, Taurus, you'll always be interested in others. But I think there is a focal point on what you've been through, you know, how your life has transpired over a certain amount of time. For some of you, maybe it's a year. Some of you, maybe it's 10 years. Some of you, maybe it's 10 days. I don't know. But there's something like you're clocking this Wheel of Fortune. You're noting the trajectory that you are on or have been on, and you're thinking, maybe I want things to be different. Maybe I want things to be a little bit more the same. Maybe I want things to go back to the way that they were. Either way, I feel that there's this personalized or very personal emphasis at this time. Some of you have felt betrayed, stabbed in the back, left for dead by others or a particular person. In this lovely Golden Girls deck, if you're familiar with the show, our good friend Dorothy here is sitting with this photo of Stan, her ex-husband, that has 10 swords in it, and she looks pretty pained, right? She looks pretty upset, yeah? So there is possibly, for some of you, someone of significance, possibly an ex or spouse or someone like that, who has really, you know, mutilated, what a word, interesting, mutilated your heart is the word I'm given, right? And, you know, I don't want to belittle or here's the thing. If that has happened for many of you, it's been a while. And not to say that you need to be over it. That's not my position. And I'm not getting that from this energy. But there is maybe from people in your life or even yourself. You might be saying this to yourself. Come on, Taurus. Like, it's been 4 years. It's been 6 months. It's been however long. Like, let's get over this. Let's do this. But grief and the sorrow that we feel after being hurt, after feeling betrayed, after feeling someone has, you know, done the most awful thing to us, broke our heart or broken our trust or whatever it is, no one can dictate how long in terms of time that's going to take to get over. And so for some of you, here it comes the little kick in the butt that the universe has for you, Taurus. Some of you are using this sorrow, you're using what happened to you as sort of a defense, or you've weaponized it. So if a friend does say to you, this is not me, this is like a friend, a concerned family member, hey, Taurus, you know, maybe you should get back out there. Maybe you should see a therapist. Maybe you need this, that, or the other. You know, they're trying to, what they perceive, help you. And the universe is giving me this idea of their well wishes, you're taking it, like some of you are being like incredibly defensive about it. Seven of Wands. Like, you don't know what I've been through. You don't know, it's not easy for me, things like this. And that all might be true. You know, it's your subjective, truthful experience, yes? But the universe is showing me this idea of you've become comfortable in your grief, Ten of Swords, and you use it in a defensive way. So because my heart was broken 4, 5, 17 years ago, however long, I'll never love again. And that's kind of dramatic, okay? Maybe it's a little hyperbolic, or maybe you truly mean that. Either way, it's being read to me, Taurus, as a betrayal of yourself in the long run. It's not to say that if you've lost trust with a good friend, you can never trust another individual or something. Like the ultimatum of it, like the idea that, well, never again, never again, never again. Like that's super defensive. And that doesn't, in terms of Wheel of Fortune, in terms of how you're trying to plot the trajectory of your life, that's not feasible for energy. That's not feasible for universal truth and universal law to exist, right? There is no absolute of anything. It's always ebbing and flowing. It's always some of this, some of that, and then the next day the percentages or the proportions flip, right? That's why the Wheel of Fortune is here. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. And that's the ultimate truth, yes? But you or someone in your life has this mindset, Taurus, of, well, never again. I'll never be happy again. I'll never trust again. I'll never love again. Or I'll never love the way I loved this person. Or I'll never have that same connection that I had with that person over here with anyone else. And there's just like this fatalistic mindset coming through. Ten of Swords. And it's very interesting, and I'm just going to mention this as an aside, as an anecdote. I love the Golden Girls, but I hadn't watched it regularly since, I moved out of my grandmother's house, and she passed away several years ago. But, it's on Hulu now, so I've decided to go back and watch them. And I'm just like, of the 4 women in the house, like, Dorothy is the one who thinks that way more than any of the other ones. Sophia maybe is a close second, but that's, the character. She's like 80-something years old, right? But Dorothy, as compared to Rose and Blanche, and if you don't know the show, I'm sorry to ruin it for you, but between the 3 of them, she's the one who's just, like, Rose has a thing of, oh, I could never, love again. I could never, marry again. And she's okay with it. She's like, because she loves her husband so much, blah, 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 and she's okay with it. Dorothy had a horrible marriage with Stan in the long run, right? And she's just like, I wasted my time. Like, he got the best years of my life, and now I'm this older woman, and, all the things. So, like, her outlook is really poor. And perhaps that's a reason that I picked this deck, is because maybe some of you are having not a good outlook on your situation, similar to Dorothy. I'm not trying to say you're just like her. It's a fictional character, of course, but if you've been with me for a while, you guys know my guides talk to me through media. It's one of the things that, it's a blessing and a curse. Anyway, so let's get into this a little bit more. I feel we understand everybody here. It's mostly just you. Other people are in your life, in your story, of course, but they haven't shown up. So I'm not going to clarify anything, so let's just get more information here. Let's build on the story thus far. And if it doesn't resonate at all, that's okay. That's perfectly natural. It is a general reading after all. So give me more information here for Taurus in this situation. What else is happening here? Give me further information for Taurus, please. Or don't. Okay. 6 of Wands. Okay. That's good. Best Friend of the Year awards. So some of you, this was a friendship. Maybe you felt your partner was your best friend, or it's literally somebody who you have a platonic love relationship with, and they have, yep, and there you go. Ooh, I know what that other one is. That's good. Okay, listen, Taurus. Yep. Okay. Like that or like this? I think they could be interchangeable. That's so interesting, but I'm going to lay them down like that. Okay, so 6 of Wands, the Hermit, and Death. Hermit, Virgo, Death, Scorpio, could be dealing, don't have to be. Okay, so there is a desire to make it out to the other side, whatever the other side means to you. Maybe for some of you, the other side is picking up, and moving away from the life you've known for so long. Maybe some of you have a desire to change careers, change the scenery of your life, change the people that you're around. Some of you, this is about the quality of people that have been in your life thus far. So I do get this idea, 6 of Wands and the Hermit and Death also, this feeling of seeking. And at the top, remember I told you, like, it feels like a lot of you, this is like something you're doing by yourself. You're kind of like a hermit. You're staying to yourself. You're not really interacting in the way that maybe people are used to you interacting, and you want to spend this time on yourself, with yourself, purposefully. I see that here: Hermit, Six of Wands, and the Wheel of Fortune, and a little bit in the Seven of Wands as well. Now, at the same time that you're desiring this, here's where the hiccups come between the Hermit and the Death energy. Ooh, interesting. Temporal again, they're giving me. So between Hermit, Virgo, and Scorpio. So between now, because this is now Virgo season when I'm recording this, and Scorpio season, which starts at the end of October, running through the majority of November, maybe there's something significant going to come out for you in your life. Maybe there's a pivotal turning point. I don't know what it is, but they're just wanting me to call out the timing of that, okay? But, so, in this desire for some type of breakthrough, let's say it that way, you're searching for that. You're looking for that. Now, the problem with that is it comes with a certain type of sacrifice. It comes with a certain type of change. It comes with a certain type of realization or deep examination of the situation, of your circumstances, of your relationships, of yourself, right? So as much as you want the breakthrough, as much as you want to come out on the other side, see your situation improved, no longer feel as if you have to be so defensive or so just like, you're so put off when people mention this person's name, or you're every time you remember this person, it's like, you know, the wound opens up again and your like heart is breaking all over again. You don't want to be in that energy anymore, but you can't get to the other side unless you do something significant. That's why I'm saying for some of you, like, you're gonna change jobs, you're gonna relocate, you're gonna dye your hair, maybe some of you are gonna change your whole identity. Maybe you have to, I don't know. You know, maybe this is like a sleeping with the enemy type of situation, okay? Hopefully not, though. But there's something here, there's a sacrifice involved that you may not be willing or prepared to actually give, right? So, for some of you, it's actually Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So for some of you, you have a cycle with this person, friend, family, lover, I don't care who it is, that keeps coming back around. So maybe you get together and you're together for a few months or a couple of years, and then something happens, big blow up, and then you break up for a couple of months, and then they come back, and then you go away, and then you come back. You know, it's like you're magnetized to this person for some reason. Yes? Just very simplistically, if you don't want to keep getting on the merry-go-round, stop paying the fare and getting your ass on one of those fucking plastic horses. Get out of line. Don't go and queue up for the merry-go-round again. Simple, right? If we could use that analogy. But, you know, we're all human, okay? I don't speak from some place of, you know, incredible willpower, right? So, but that's kind of what this is. This death is like a finalistic thing, a transformative thing. Not to say you or the other person has to pass away, that's not what I'm saying, but death is more like, again, you transform, you transcend, you move past transform, transient, all the different ways that we use that prefix, yes? It means to move. It means to no longer be here and to now be there. And maybe once you're there, maybe you go over there or over here, blah, 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 whatever. And it's progressive. It's a natural progression of things. So if you've had a merry-go-round, hit back, you know, revolving door relationship with a person as a friend, as a colleague, as a family member, as a lover, as a husband, a wife, whatever. And that's been going on 10 years, 15 years, 5 years, 1 year. I don't care. If you really don't want that heartache again, if you don't want to experience that pain again, you or they, or both of you, if you're both enlightened, would eventually put an end to things and transform the energy, transmute it. Yeah? What exists between us? We have this magnetized, toxic thing between us. We need to transmute that. We need to transform that. Now, for some of you, that's something you're going to do on your own, and congratulations, I support. Others of you, there is struggle because, like I said, toxic came through, right? I did say the word toxic just now, right? So there is like this pull. Something pulls you back. And if you think, well, Again, I don't want to spoil it too much if you've never seen the show. And again, it's on Hulu. It's a great show, even though it's kind of dated, and you can't say a lot of things that they say on the show anymore. But with Dorothy and Stan, I explained their relationship. They were married for like 30-something years. They divorced. He cheated, right? And Dorothy was like incredibly hurt and angry at him. But in the course of the television show, they get together a couple of times. It's that old familiar that is hard to shake. And I'm not trying to say that you should be able to be better than Dorothy or quote unquote better than Dorothy, right? It's just to say, if you logically want to do something different, you must act logically, right? And you've got the 10 swords here. Basically, it's a steep hill that you'd have to climb, Taurus, is what that feels like, if that's your situation. And it doesn't have to be a person. Let me go ahead and put that out here. It doesn't have to be a person that's broken your heart. It could be yourself. I think I mentioned in there, but I think I was talking in a different context, that for some of you, this is some type of self-betrayal, some type of cycle, some type of habit that you have within yourself of doing things and then, hurting yourself in some type, form or fashion, yes? So it doesn't have to be another person. It can, in a few of your situations, be a substance or a situation that you're quite enamored with, right? So it can go so many ways in the details and the nuances of your life, but it's within your wheelhouse. It's within your capabilities, Taurus, to really take this thing and turn it around if you want to. It's very interesting. Let's get a card of an outcome, and then we're going to wrap up, okay? So what's the potential outcome in this situation for Taurus, please? Show me the potential outcome for Taurus in this situation. Show me, please. Judgment. Very good. Secondary major again for Scorpio. You could be dealing with a Scorpio, or something significant in Scorpio time period might be happening for you, or you could have significant Scorpio placements in your chart, or not at all. It's still a general, so don't hold on to it too much. But for some of you, right on the nose of like the imagery here, there might be a religious overtone or ceremony, or I don't want to say answer, but maybe it is an answer that would be beneficial to you. So some of you, maybe you've gone away from your religious upbringing. Maybe you haven't read whatever holy book that speaks to you in a while. So maybe you crack it open, maybe you read several pages, and something like just sparks in your mind. Like something goes off and you're like, aha, this is the information I needed. This is the insight that I was looking for, etc., etc., right? And that's just on the imagery alone. Like, this is meant to be what? Gabriel, I believe. Resurrection. So, yeah. Like some of you, it can go in so many different ways, this idea of resurrection, this idea of being reborn, right? We can be reborn anew, or we can be reborn on the same path, in the same places, in the same relationships that we're already used to. Now, of course, I think the biblical understanding of resurrection is we are reborn anew and we are ascending into heaven and the big old rapture and all that stuff, right? Anyway, so I think it could go either way. But at the end of the day, as the word kind of give us the impression, it's your judgment call to make, Taurus. If you choose to be reborn anew and step out on a different path, do things in a way that you've never done them before, total transformation with the death energy here, after some self evaluation with the hermit energy, after going into the deeper, darker places of yourself, you can get on a new path, or you can dig up what's been already buried, what's already been trying to leave your life, and call it back again, whether it be a person, a behavior, a mindset, It's your decision to make, okay? Taurus, I'm going to leave it there. That's your reading for September. If you like this reading, like buttons down below, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. All that stuff helps support me as a reader. If you want to get at me for a personal, look in the description box below. I'd be happy to work with you. But if you have questions before you place an order, just email me and I'll answer as soon as I can, okay? Taurus, I'll be back soon to do your mid-September readings. Until then, guys, thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye.